Yes, people, what you telling me? Sorry for the lateness. I don't know if you was watching Never a Foul, innit? But yeah, oh, sorry, AJ. You had music in the background, innit? I'm not trying to hit copyrights, innit? It's like Man City yesterday, they got hit with a copyright. Oh, man. So, one sec.
My bad.
What are you saying? I don't think your mic's on, by the way. I don't think your mic's on, by the way.
My mic's not on.
No, it sounds like it's coming from your webcam or something. Check the settings, the audio. Yeah. David!
Yes!
David, touchline. Come on. Man, that AJ, first time on the channel. I mean, I'm only just running up the channel, so it is what it is, isn't it? But big up, man. How are you feeling, man? Yeah, that's much better.
How are you saying, though?
How are you feeling? How are you feeling? Where's the guy? Oh, that man. I just done some overtime when Never a Foul. My bad, didn't it? My bad.
The verbal was going crazy. I can't. That
was verbal. It's verbal, isn't it? Obviously, Man City fan there. He was on the back of his sofa, and I was just taking a piss in it, just stay over there in it. But yeah, man, I'm surprised you lot are not wearing red today, so I'm kind of disappointed. That's a bit of a shock in it. But you know, best performance post Sir Alex Ferguson. You know, Carrick's got I found Carrick's got a bit of an issue. I'm clocking Mainoo new deals back on their agenda. Now, apparently, the PR's trying to switch up, saying, Man United never wanted to get rid of Mainoo, Cat. But we're landing. Touchline, use at the game with your fake Manny accent. Big up yourself, as always. You know what I'm saying? So, but come on, man. Why are we not smiling, man? I'm so giddy from yesterday.
Bro, do you know what it is, yeah?
Talk about the game, man. Talk about the game.
I'm just not as gassed as you, man. I'll be real.
Like, here we go. Go on.
Do you know what it is? It's a good performance, but it's like I feel like we've seen this before. I feel like best performance since Sir Alex Ferguson. Nah,
it's up there. It's up there in terms of a derby, in terms of the magnitude of the game.
But deep it. Bro, think about the teams that we've had.
Shit, I'm on mute.
Sir Alex, bro. Remember, we finished second. We finished third. You can't say that's the best performance you've seen. Really and truly, it's a replica of a performance that we've had in the past in terms of counter-attacking.
Go on, name one.
Bro.
No, the one that comes to mind, don't say Tottenham because you can't say Tottenham. That's a bit of a disrespect, isn't it? But like in terms of a top team that's doing very well in the league, whether it's like a Liverpool, City, or Arsenal. Do you know what I mean?
I'm saying we've had similar performances to that against City in the past.
Yeah, we've never dominated City the way we dominated City. Let's say.
Ollie's first derby.
They had that. Ollie's first derby, what the one that he lost.
McTominay, second derby at home, Old Trafford.
I guarantee I go look at them stats and we didn't dominate that game.
Even if we're in terms of what though?
In terms of just the way we dominated them, they had one shot on target, which was from a set piece. They got outplayed. You know what I'm saying? We scored 5 goals. All right, 3 were disallowed. One of them should never have been disallowed, by the way. I've seen it back now. It should never have been disallowed.
Remember there was a period, where Ollie kept beating Guardiola.
It doesn't mean he dominated them, though. It's not the way
in terms of dominated, like they had more of the ball in it. Obviously, we created more chances. But there's games where they've had more of the ball and we've created more chances based off the fact that we've hit them on transition.
Yeah, but we dominated them. We dominated them yesterday. But Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, his wins against City, one of the 2-1 game was because of the penalty that he got. I remember that one. Yeah, I'm saying he scored 2 goals in I think 20 minutes or something like that. Yeah, I can't really remember the game where McTominay scored. But I know for a fact we scored 5 goals. I know 3 of them were disallowed. But we scored 5 goals. Put the ball in the back of it 5 times.
Yeah.
No, we played well. We played well. But my thing is like, we always get up for these type of games. We've beaten Liverpool this season. We beat Chelsea this season. We played well against Arsenal. Like, this isn't like yesterday. Even though I was skeptical going into the game, when I saw their back line and you got Ahmad and Mbeumo back, I'm saying we can win this game because like it's just the way we play. We know they're gonna have the ball. We know they're gonna have a high line. We know there's space to run in behind. The amount of times Maguire's hitting a long ball and we're in already against another team that sit deeper, or even against Arsenal, that is not gonna happen. You're not gonna get that much space to run in behind, and that's why I'm skeptical because like if you give these Man United players space to run in behind in transition and a game as open as that, you've got a player like Bruno, Mainoo, of course they're gonna play well. But then if you then have a game where it's not so open, it's a bit tighter in midfield, a bit more intensity in the battles. Because keeping in mind, they played a midfield 3 of Rodri, Foden, and Silva. that's not a midfield three that's going to run you ragged. Do you get what I'm saying? So I just think, especially when you got teams like Fulham that have ratty players, they can sit back, hit you on the counter. Even Everton with Ndai coming back, like I'm not saying we'll lose those games, but the way we play in those games in terms of how we play out from the back, what happens when our centre backs are on the halfway line rather than sitting deeper, because we played with Maguire and Martinez, they're not the fastest. If they're on the halfway line having to control the game, I want to see how that works out.
But it didn't really look like counter-attack to me too much. My thing was just setting up how most top teams set up when they're playing another top team, is getting your banks of 4 and go from there. Like we were playing in it's like it wasn't just like kick the ball long and then see if Mbeumo can catch it. It was more like we were doing rondos. We were doing rondos, bro, like against them. We're also moving it. Did anyone clock the first time passing as well? Like Maguire just moving back positioning and Kobbie would take it before he done that cement. It's just little bits like that. Why I say it doesn't look like...
They didn't learn that in a week, bro.
No, but players are talented, yeah? The way you can set up, they're obviously intelligent enough to listen to instruction, right? They've been doing this for a long, long time. A lot of them, Casemiro's, Maguire's, and obviously Kobbie's probably the new one that's coming to the fore. They really had...
That's true.
Who's that?
Pep leaving confirmed. Someone's putting in a chat.
What?
And I did hear a commentator say...
No, wait, hold on.
A pundit say that he thinks Pep's going to leave tomorrow. But I don't... Surely not, right?
I don't think that's...
No, I didn't see none of that. That would have popped up on my phone right now.
Surely not.
I think that's confirmed now. Sounds like a rumor.
Nothing from Ornstein, bro. So why is he
allow it? Yeah, that's just if he does it again, just get rid of him. I ain't got time for all of that. But I don't think yesterday's I don't think we've seen it before, and that's just not me being delusional
Fabrizio,
to say.
Let me check.
Fabrizio, that sounds crazy, but he didn't say nothing.
He ain't said nothing. All right, cool. Just get rid of him. Cool. Or just, you know what? I'll just do it myself. I don't think it was anything that we said that we seen before, right? Just because of the way it was set up, the way we did play. Like, this is the most that City's kind of like suffered under Pep. But City fans might disagree and say we've had way worse games, of course. But we're talking to like a City team that's like we utterly dominated them from 0 to 90. I can't really remember that against a top side that's good in the league, or at least in that situation, whatever year it is where we've done that. You can talk about Oli doing counter-attack and everything, but that was pure counter-attack and get it to Rashford and hope for the best or Bruno. Like, yes, they didn't seem hope for the best. It seemed a little bit more calculated. Of course, do we need like 5 games to kind of see what Carrick's about? Oh, yeah, of course we do, man. But if he does the same thing against Arsenal all of a sudden and gets a W, trust me, I think fans are fickle. They'll jump on a bandwagon very quickly.
I think they already have.
Yeah, I have. You got to enjoy every moment. I
wouldn't be surprised if you get a similar performance that you got yesterday against Arsenal. It wouldn't surprise me.
I'd be surprised in terms of the midfield battle. In terms of the midfield battle, in terms of their physicality, if we can go band for band with them, just in terms of the physical aspects of the game, I would definitely be surprised. 100%.
No, I don't expect us to go band for band with them in terms of the physical aspect, because they've got a lot of players that. This is what I'm saying to you. That City back 4 for me just means that it's hard for me to take that game seriously, because there's moments in that game, where if you have a stronger right back, a stronger centre half, you've put Randers in that midfield. There's just times where we're not getting out of certain situations. Obviously, we played well, but for me, we played against a second choice back 4 all over the park. And we've already seen with a team like Arsenal, who've been so consistent this season, even if you're missing those type of players and you don't have proper replacements, the level of the team can drop. Even United, bro. Look at the games before Amorim left. Everyone's saying, yeah, cool, Amorim lost, dropped points against Wolves, all this and that. At the end of the day, if he had better players in terms of the players that we had available against City, probably could have picked up more points, regardless of whether you like him or not.
I don't. I hear what you're saying. Yeah, but I was getting told all week by everyone that we're getting smashed 4-0, not the City fans, and we're out of the top 4, and all of a sudden there's a switch all of it again. Like, you got to realize that yesterday we played, Maguire, who's just come back. He's not our first choice either. We played Delo, who I absolutely dislike to the oblivion. We played Dorgu left wing, which everyone's pissed off with. We played Mbeumo up front, where we haven't seen him play yet. And obviously, Ahmad's come back and whatnot. And Kobbie, that's his first Premier League start. So when we want to it doesn't matter how you shape it. If City's lost a back line or whatever, I mean, yeah, of course, playing Ake, Kusanov and that, they were just gassing up Kusanov and Maxaline. Do you know what I mean? They got Rodri, but they had Rodri back. They put on all the tools that they could find. New Semenyo, Haaland, all of these. Like, they still had an attack. So why didn't they score then? Because we weren't threatened. We weren't threatened in any degree.
It's true. It's true.
And the one that we nearly conceded in the was one that Larman's, little touch mistake from. That was our own doing. They didn't create that. We created that for them. And we scored 6 goals. One that was disallowed for some reason. We talk about Casemiro missing and Mbeumo's volley missing. We're talking about smashing the bar, smashing the post. Like goals that you probably
Maguire should have scored in the first 2 minutes.
Yeah. So that's why I say it was a little different to just like counter-attack and see what we can get. Like Rashford going in on goal and then putting it bottom bins because he's ripped up Otamendi or something like that.
Just out of interest, I don't know his name yet, but what's the guy's name in the bottom left?
AJ,
yeah. Are you an XG guy?
No. I don't do stats.
All right, cool. Well, just for the XG merchants, right? This is the biggest ever loss on XG Man City have had in their history. Any game ever.
Under Pep.
What was it?
In history of football. Do you get what I'm saying? Because XG's only been a thing since like 2015, isn't it? Something like that.
So that's the hit. Oh, okay.
The history.
I think we played well. I'm not trying to take anything away from United. It's just that you see sometimes with football fans, it's like, for example, if fans give you verbal during the week, when it gets to the weekend, if you prove them wrong, it's like, cool, we proved them wrong, but we still have to do our job going forward. And it's like, I just think with United, even though this was a great performance, isn't it? But I just know that when it comes to these big games, they turn it up a bit of a notch to what they're used to performing. So after these 2 big games coming up, I need to see what happens when we have to actually, because I'm not going to say we didn't take the game to City, we did, but they had 60-something% possession. There's going to be games where we have to have 60-something% possession. And then it's about what can you do with the ball when you have to break a team down. And that's what we're gonna spend most of the season doing. We're not gonna have games where we can go 1 up, 2 up, or even with just 1 up, and they're gonna have to take the game to us. We can press them. There's space to run in behind. Because and when we're up front against an Everton sitting back, it's not gonna work, bro.
You never know. Because the way I see this is in theory, maybe, but I tend to disagree.
As in, you think we can play that line?
Only reason being is one, the quality of Everton's back line ain't great either, and 2, did you not see the way we baited? They tried to bait the press, but we kind of counter baited their press. We played in moments, and there's moments where other teams do have to go for it, even if they do sit back, they leave gaps. And even when there were gaps, we didn't just go down the flanks. Like we pretty much look at where Bruno's positioning was. It was just drawing their midfield out, and they didn't know what to do. Players being a little bit more confident on the ball. So that's where I'm kind of thinking it from my mind. I haven't really seen that with United. Consistently, of course not. But like in terms of that, the last time I saw that crazy was actually Louis van Gaal versus Tottenham, because I was at that game. Juan Mata, Fellaini, Ashley Young combination when we beat them 3-0. And that was all the back in 2015 or something. Yeah. That was the last time I saw reserved waiting for the patient kind of build up, patient kind of game. It'll be interesting to see what's like against Fulham, who are a little bit more difficult to break down. I am interested in seeing that happen, right?
Yeah, no, that's the game I'm a bit worried about.
But that'll be interesting to know that we got options, and if Dorgu is this guy that we can rely upon or not, we'll see. But I think yesterday, the first time yesterday, I saw Man United's team and they looked balanced. The only person I'll change is below, and I'll put Mazraoui in. That's the only change I'd make.
I'll be honest. When I looked at that starting 11, it's weird because it did actually feel like a Sir Alex lineup in a terms of like, I remember in big games, someone will get left out from the starting lineup. That's a big player, but it was in order to create balance. Like you throw in a Jason Park, maybe, I don't know, one of the front 3 sits on the bench. Like putting Dorgu left wing felt like, even though when we first saw the lineup, we're probably thinking, why is he doing that? But the way it looked on the pitch, it was like, okay, it makes sense.
Would you Cunha doesn't come in for you guys ahead of Arsenal?
Is that?
As in, you wouldn't bring in Cunha for Arsenal?
Nope. No, do the same thing. I don't think you should change anybody. The only one I'll change is Delo, but I don't think he'll get changed. I'll still bring in Mazraoui because away from home, I do know you need a setup. I mean, your build-up needs to be a little bit more cute. Do you know what I mean? I want someone who's actually really good on the 1v1 Like Delo's had many chances under me. Like for many managers, doesn't fool me, man. Anyone that's always lackluster against Arsenal is Delo. I can't stand him, but I appreciate what he did against Dorgu yesterday because of the double team. But I don't think a Mazraoui needs a double team someone like Trossard. Just double team Saka. Gyökeres is basically like playing against 10 men anyways, and see what you can do from there. Setting up away from home, I expect to be a little bit more reserved. Of course we do. But that's why I look at what we've done against City and said that can pretty much be replicated against Arsenal. I think it's the same. I think the same kind of game could really hurt them. The difference is, though, they do have Gabriel and Saliba and a Timber who are 10 times better than what they got. But Timber's playing on the left at the moment. And Ben White, it looks like a place that we could focus on and kill. Do you know what I mean? And I'm hoping that could be it. That could be it, maybe. That could be, the weakness for me. And I think surrounding Zubimendi would be, if we can do that, then great. But they do play with some... Depends what Erdegaard's like on a day as well with it. Let's be real. If Erdegaard decides he wants to play some football, it's a bit hard to get the ball to him.
That's another thing. Like, we could try bait them in the press and it might work, but if they give the ball to Odegaard, there's no point pressing. I'll be honest.
Yeah.
He's the guy's unpressable. He's fast.
He's not unpressable though. He's not unpressable though. He's not for a physical battle at all, Odegaard.
Yeah, Odegaard's got a physicality of a 9-year-old. Like,
yeah, that's what. But when the ball's at his feet, he's not gonna let you go shoulder to shoulder with him. He's gonna just drop shoulder, move it.
Yeah, but even if we go on from yesterday, is there anyone that you look at and think, I didn't expect that from you? That was crazy.
Dorgu.
Leach or Casemiro.
I don't think so. I'll be real.
I think
other than Dorgu.
Like Leach always keeps Haaland quiet. I think Haaland scored like once in 5 against Leach.
Not always though.
What do you mean? He scored once in 5.
No, he hasn't scored once in 5. He scored
as in one game. I'm pretty sure
6 out of 7 games. Haaland's not scored against Cassandra.
That's what I'm saying.
Cassandra bullies him.
That's fair.
Man doesn't bag against. But remember the FA Cup final, bro. That man doesn't bag against Leach, bro.
Doesn't. Do you know what I'm saying? He doesn't, man. I can't lie. Yeah, I'd keep Cunha on the bench for now. I'd maybe for the Fulham game you could start him because I wouldn't be opposed to that because he'll be a bit more physical and Cunha's up for a physical battle. But yeah, I don't think they need to change it. I would have dropped him anyways. He went for what I would have done and put Mbeumo and Ahmad straight back in the team and dropped Cunha because Cunha's not been good. And Cunha right now, come off the bench, created 2 goals. Right, one was disallowed, but created them. Do you know what I'm saying? So him against tired legs is definitely something that could be a useful thing for us. And yeah, I'd definitely do that. And I'd keep Sesko on the bench as well. Then when the Fulham game comes is when I'll bring Sesko and maybe potentially Cunha back into the starting 11. I wouldn't change anything for now. But then Mazraoui right back. I'd agree with Kaz for that because I think Mazraoui up against whoever it is, Martinelli or Trossard. I'm not worried. To be honest with you, whoever it is, I'm not worried about. But over either of their left wingers, other than Trossard maybe scoring a great goal. That's about it. That's
why I think the double up thing it can be very effective. And of course, if you don't do that in other games, and I feel like it can still work, like no matter what. It was interesting that we didn't really go for 4-2-3-1 as much. It looked more like 4-4-2 yesterday. Do you know what I mean? But I think my thing that impressed me was more is positioning. Pass and move. It's the basics of football. Everyone play football, yeah? To a decent level or whatever, like just with a bunch of ballers. The one thing that kills even in Sunday League is basic principles, which we never do. We're always static. And I scream on watch-alongs, move. Pass and move. Luke Shaw, pass and move. And that's why you see him down the left wing and Dorgu's got a bit more space. Do you know what I mean? To pass the ball or just along them lines. Man United's never done pass and move that football. And other top teams always do that. I hate being static because it's too predictable. Yesterday, why I thought City couldn't handle or Pep couldn't handle was that Man United was simply not predictable. That's what I took out of that.
I wanted to ask a question, because I want to use Casemiro as an example. So when it got to the 81st minute, they had to take Casemiro off. And you could see he was physically exhausted because he put in a shift. He deserved it. And my thing is, when you watch Man United play yesterday, you could tell that those players put in a shift. They probably ran more. I don't know the stats in it, but they probably ran more in terms of intelligently more than they've done in a while. Most managers. Now, my thing is, the reason, does that not worry you a bit? Because it's like,
No.
for them to perform at that level, they had to put in that much effort. Do you think that they're going to continue to play at that intensity?
That's what you should do every week.
That's
Yeah,
what I'm
it's what you
saying.
should do.
Every
But the
week.
thing is,
they don't.
Every team should be running around. Man City been running around. Bernardo Silva, I mean, that guy was running 15 kilometers a game on himself at one point. Do you get what I'm saying? Like teams, we should be demanding they work hard. At the end of the day, they should do the
You're
same
not
thing
worried that
against
the
Arsenal.
performance could just drop because they don't put in that same intensity again.
I think we do. I think the only thing that we got in our favor is the fact that there's one game a week.
One game. Yeah,
That's
literally.
true.
We shouldn't have to play at that level anyways every week.
We should not. We should. We should
No, I'm
play
saying-
that level every week.
No, but again, that's not.
certain
That
games you
never
won't need to
happens.
run as
You're
hard.
not going to do that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, certain games you don't need to run as hard. But my thing is like quality coming off the bench at least bare minimum. I think Sesko coming off in certain games or Cunha starting and maybe Mbeumo gets a rest. We have got one game a week, so why can you not put in a bare minimum effort? We know who the shit players are. We know who they're not good regardless. I think the low needs to get sold as soon as possible. But that's just my agenda.
I think.
But yesterday, I can appreciate his focus. I can appreciate his focus because he don't like focusing in that back post.
I think what you said in terms of the quality coming off the bench, I think the change in formation definitely helps that. Because I feel like sometimes with the 3-4-3, because you have to have certain people in certain positions to make it work at all, for United at least, it feels like sometimes Amarim's trying to find ways to put everyone in the team at the same time. Like there'll be times you have Cunha, Sesko, Mount, Mbeumo, all of this. Like he's trying. It's like, how do I fit all of this in? Whereas with the fullback, it's like only one of you can play right wing, only one of you can play on the left, only one of you can play up top. So if not,
there is a
you're
way
on the bench, and then we rotate.
But I think there is ways. Like even if you took Dorgu out there, you can easily put Mbeumo over there. He used to do left wing back. Anyone remember that one on the Brentford when he first came in?
Left wing back.
Not like he can't do it. Yeah, he used to be a wing back when Frank used to play 5 at the back. You know, Rico Henry and Mbeumo. Like, bro, he used to play. He's done jobs doing that. I'm not saying you should do that though, because you want to play your players to the strengths. But obviously, where Dorgu's playing yesterday, I know he got back, but it's not like Mbeumo can't do that job if Dorgu's out. It's not like Ahmad can't go do that job, which I disagree with on the left. I think you could put an Mbeumo there. Because remember, Dorgu's what job was the line? Look at the way Dorgu hit the box yesterday. You're telling me Mbeumo can't do that?
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what I mean? He's naturally a winger. So like coming back and
4-3-3, yeah.
Yeah, but I think in the way, even in the 4-4-2, you can do that. Even if you've got Ahmad and that on the other side, they want to get Cunha in today's game. Cool, I can put him up strike. Okay, Bruno Fernandes is a little bit knackered. And Mbeumo's a little bit but like you can even put Cunha where Bruno is, but Cunha needs to learn patience a little bit more than less because Bruno is kind of an attacking mid. I think there is ways to do it. I think there's options that still keep this team as balanced as possible.
But I think like whatever combination you do end up picking, there will be some good players on the bench just based off the way
that's a
the
good
team
thing though. Don't you think
that's good though? I agree with that. Yeah. I think that's better because there's times where Amarim's playing all of them and there's no one to come off the bench.
Innit? Really. You know what I'm saying these last couple of weeks we've had no Ahmad. Obviously that we knew that anyways going into the season. No Ahmad, Momaz, Mbeumo, and then Delite and Maguire as well, who, you know, Delite, some people would argue, has been our best centre back this season. Has been out. He's still out now. Do you get what I'm saying? So we've had quite a lot. And Casemiro, I think, was it no Casemiro? Who else was out? Is Casemiro suspended? Sorry for that Villa game, innit? So we've had games we've had like a really thin squad. Now our players starting to come back, starting to look a little bit better. I still think we need, you know, if we could have got a Semenyo or something in Jan, it would have been perfect. Because I think Semenyo, by the way, if we play him in the left wing instead of Dorgu yesterday, I know Dorgu played well, but like, you know what I mean? Semenyo is basically Dorgu on steroids. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, he can score a lot more goals, create a lot more goals and stuff like that. And he's quicker and more powerful than him as well. So, like, I would have personally, I think I hear what you're saying that you don't. I don't think we have to play that level every week, anyways. I hate this narrative that that is an intense game. You know, big games. You have to get up sometimes. You have to do the extra 110% rather than 100%. Against Fulham, I hear the worries because I'm worried about Fulham. That is the one game I'm worried about. Against like Tottenham, I think we'll beat them. I think we'll beat Tottenham at home. But the Fulham game, I'm a bit worried, just purely based on the fact they're going to try to stick the gaff out. I know we've got.
They're going to do a 4-4-2 themselves.
Yeah. I would take a scrappy 2-1 win now if you told me, or 1-0 win or something. Just get the 3 points, get out of there. Then it's the West Hams and stuff like that. I think West Ham, they're terrible, mate. We should deal with them. I know we've got a bad record of their ground, but we should deal with them. So yeah, but I think just get past Arsenal and then we'll see how it is. Do you get what I'm saying? Because I don't think we're going to beat Arsenal. But yeah, we'll see how it is, man. Yeah, I mean, I'm I'm confident. I'm confident going into the season. It's just I do hope we get an extra body in midfield if it's an extra physicality player. You know, a Ruben Loftus-Cheek or whatever people are saying.
No, I don't. What
Would you take that Chukwuemeka at Dortmund? I know he's doing well.
No.
I quite liked him when I saw him. I know he's still young.
Attacking player though. We don't need more attacking players.
We need a ball carrier for like midfield.
Because if you don't remember, last week we spoke about Bruno in the 10 and how like you personally wanted to abolish that. I feel like another thing with going back to the 4-2-3-1 is that the system is very heavily based on how good Bruno Fernandes plays. If Bruno has a fantastic game, then Man United are probably going to have a very good game like yesterday. But going up against Declan Rice next week against Zubimendi, who again are probably going to be a bit more focused on him and take away from his game.
I'm not worried about Zubimendi on him.
I'm not worried about Zubimendi at all, bro. I think do you know what? That's a you could start Cunha in that. I'm not saying we will, but you could start. Cunha would cook Zubimendi.
I think that's
last time.
That's more of a Cunha game than a Bruno game for me personally.
Yeah, but I think he's gonna play Bruno no matter what. I think Cunha's gonna be. I just don't see how you drop and change that game. I hear what you're saying though, but the thing that Cunha doesn't have that Bruno has is that pass. I'm not saying Bruno Cunha can't do it, but see that fine like into the left wing, all of that. He ain't got that as consistent as what Bruno has at the very least. Because if Arsenal are going to go for it, which they're going to want to get more points on the table, because respectfully, Man City's got Wolves in it. That's going to be a thrashing. So I think they're going to. Declan Rice, he ain't been on the greatest form in the world. I'll be real. I don't think Arsenal have been on the greatest form either. Neither have we in respect. So I hear what you're saying. My biggest concern is for me with Carrick right now and what he's got at his disposal is what I say his huge issue is if Kobbie was to pick up an injury, which he does do, who operates that space?
You think he would go for Agate or go for Mount instead? If Kobbie that's a big problem. And that's a problem, man. That's a problem.
No, it is definitely a problem. But
we saw that in
Mount.
The
that's what I'm saying. Why we need a midfielder so badly now. What's this? Our crisis Carabao final title race levels, lads. And you keep sending the super chats. Love, smash the likes though. But United, if United want to have any sense of saying, you know what, I want to make sure that we solidify this top, Champions League, not waiting for this fifth place coefficient. We're going to need about 3 midfielders regardless in the summer. Yeah. And I'm looking at one and think you might need to go for something now. And I don't know why we're not going for anything now. I look how City have responded to injuries. And, I know we're playing 1 game a week, but you can't bank on the fact that Casemiro is going to be available all the time. You can't bank that, that Kobbie Mainoo is going to stay fit for the rest of the season because he's already picked up a few. He likes to pick up a couple injuries. After that, it's like, well, Carrick could be doing well. It just takes 1 player and it's finished. And that's where I'm kind of at with Man United at the very least. So it's just getting a midfielder for me. It should be priority. Like, I don't know who, but this mystery midfielder sounds like a bunch of rubbish to me.
It's all spin, media outlet. If there's anything behind that.
Let me get text in there 1 sec. No, let's just do that. Yo.
Oh, go on, man. What are you saying?
Bruh, we got 2 big TikTokers in here now. Yeah, can hear you.
Yeah, big up AJ. Is that AJ? Yeah. Big up the man as well. Yeah. So what we saying, bro? Because I'm buzzing a bit hangover. You get me? So I think yesterday I let it all out, type of thing. Now even just seeing like loads of content reactions. I think this sort of victory, but performance is what we needed, man. United have been starving for a performance like this. I think the cohesion defensively and attacking was literally what we're talking about, one of the best performances since post-Fergie. Now,
AJ disagreed.
Now, if we're talking about in possession, we're talking about every individual, obviously barring Dallo, absolutely comfortable in possession. I heard Mainoo couldn't play in the 2. I heard Mainoo couldn't play in the same team as Bruno Fernandes. There's so many different things where, for the last year or to 18 months, we were starved off, bro. We were starved. We was even starved off, the morale, the pressing straight from the off, pressing as a unit. bro, look at the defensive lines we had. We had 4 defensive lines, but look how high up in Man City's half we was. Majority of our chances came from putting them man under pressure. So, like, I mean, there was positives all around the pitch. Apart from Dallo, everyone had a top performance, bro. And when was the last time you could say that? When was the last time you can say Manchester United dominated the game from start to finish? We hit the crossbar in the first 2 minutes, bro. We ended the game with an offside goal. Like, everything was United yesterday. Absolutely everything was United. So I'm proud of the team, bro. I'm proud of the team, and long may it continue. It's the first time I could say I'm looking forward to next weekend, bro. When was the last time you could say that?
After the Liverpool game at Anfield.
Liverpool game, yeah, then that's just being naive, though, isn't it? That's just being naive because, bro, again, like, look at that performance compared to we controlled everything in and out of possession, bro. In and out of possession, we controlled everything.
Yeah.
Sounds a bit like how we were sounding after we lost to Arsenal, you know. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
You're saying we, not me, though, bro. You know what I'm saying?
I
You're saying we,
didn't,
but it's
I
not
didn't
myself.
rate that performance at all.
You didn't rate the performance?
No, it stunk of the same stuff that we watched under him in last season, where it was just rely on individuals to do something.
AJ, big up yourself. It's nice to speak to you for the first time as well, man. Love the content.
Love, bro. You see, man.
And brother, look, I totally understand your point, but then you have to look at the factors. Look at the factors of obviously the outcomes of both games, bro. Now, even with the Arsenal game, it was we conceded from a set piece. Again, not being tough enough. Not being tough enough, sorry, not being robust. Every second ball was ours yesterday. As I said, Haaland was locked down in Alcatraz. He couldn't escape the island, bro. Man was on chains. The only way for him to be saved was by being hooked. The least touches in the game. And we know man could take 8 touches in a game and bang a hat-trick. But he was starved. That's the difference. Even when Ryan Church
next week, though?
done.
Do you think that can happen next week? Because really and truly,
next week against what?
Team, they were never going to score a corner against us. So we're playing Arsenal, innit? That set piece thing could happen again, especially with the lineup we had yesterday. We had Martinez at the back, bro. Like they can capitalize on that. We had Dalot there. Like, our team wasn't the tallest. Their biggest threats from set pieces is what Guardiola, Diaz. Them type of players weren't playing. They got so Dorgu on the wing. Obviously, Semenyo's got height, but he's not known for his heading. So it's like, obviously he scored from the corner the other day that got disallowed, but that was a bit of skill. So it's like, I didn't expect them to come. When I saw the lineup anyway, I didn't expect them to physically dominate us. So in terms of us dealing with the physical battle, it made sense to me based off their lineup, innit? Which is no excuse because we still had to do what we done and we played well. But obviously against Arsenal, they're a physical team. They're top of the league because of physicality. It's not because they still play good football, like the way they zip it into each other. Their approach plays decent. They know how to play out from the back. But you wouldn't say they're a fantastic football inside in terms of when Man City are at their best. But the way they can physically dominate a team, they can do that easily. So it's like,
of course, but even if you go back to that, then, bro, like, look at like the small factors of that game. In the first 45, we would say there was 2 to 3 4v2s that Odegaard was leading in that first half. And if he was deadly, like your Bruno Fernandes, someone who likes to find the final pass, then we're talking about we could have been 3 to 4-0 down in that game. That did not happen against Man City because we did not vacate the midfield at all. And again, it doesn't come down to legs or anything, because even myself and Rance, the day before yesterday's game, we said, do you know what? Let's start Ugarte and Casemiro just for reassurance in the midfield. Just for the reassurance in midfield to cover the yards against City. And that's us even being blind. And we're the same ones to kind of go back on our words and say, bro, Kobbie, you don't need legs to start in the midfield. And we, even as fans, were saying, look, let's go and get Ugarte in this midfield. It's not about that. It's about how you set up, bro. And the way Carrick set up the way that Carrick set us up, we're talking about, bro, there wasn't even 10 yards of space in that midfield. There was no donut. We was all compact, robust. Casemiro, Kobbie, even Bruno, when he was defending, we picked up the first and second balls. And I think we can do that against this Arsenal team that are currently struggling for points. We can go and interrupt their season. This is the perfect time to go and capitalize on it. And bro, let's be honest, 24 hours before yesterday's game, no one was saying what we were saying. And
you're forgetting one major thing. If we beat Arsenal, I'm just saying, man, we're 12 points behind, isn't it?
Oh,
Hey, you talk about United and the standards and stuff.
You're involved.
I'm just saying when
But that's
we beat
not
Arsenal,
standards, though. That's just like
Yeah.
no, this
I-
ain't the bro. I'm not joking. If this, I know what this fan base is gonna be like after we Arsenal. We are 12
Nah,
points.
nah,
I'm
nah,
not
nah,
saying
nah,
Arsenal
nah,
are
nah.
You're
gonna.
not saying it casually.
I'm not saying
Nah,
Arsenal.
you know,
are gonna-
Casually.
I
no.
didn't say we're winning it. Yeah, remember there's a big difference. Yeah, but there's a
Between
way.
beating and winning.
There's a way. Like within 12 points or whatever's above us in it. Yeah. If you go look at our even fixtures, and that's just looking at it future wise, isn't it? There's a lot of Old Trafford games to say the least, isn't it? Fulham or West Ham, which is away their shit, anyways. The likes of Tottenham, Bournemouth at home. Bournemouth away is like later into March, I think. And like we're looking at games. The only one that's iffy is the Newcastle away. There's no reason why if this Man United team is meant to be this good, yeah, playing one game a week, which will interrupt some other teams that have got to play midweek because they're chasing, Europa League, so forth, and Champions League, and if they get group stages and they got to do 2 legs, you got to think about this. This is why it's relevant for me, yeah, that United need to show why that you're Man United, right? I'm
I
not
think
saying
what
win
plays
it.
in, yeah, but
I'm
what
worried.
plays into our favor, Kaz? No, the reason why I'm
What
not
plays
worried.
into my
we're
favor?
acting like-
All right,
No. I'm saying something.
you're
a point,
adding.
sorry.
You're adding.
Yeah. I'm adding. I think yeah, sorry, bro. So just to echo your point, just to add on to it, I think what plays into our favor is even if you look at the lineup yesterday, that lineup isn't, probably Michael Carrick's first choice. And when we get some more players back fit, your Zirkzees, your Delits, he's going to be absolutely colossus. He will be colossus in this team. I think he wants Zirkzee in this team. I think he wants Zirkzee.
Wait, to do what?
I think he wants it.
To do what? Yeah, to do what?
He probably wants Zirkzee in training for like the rondos, exercise stuff.
Wait, hold on. Why are we violating Zirkzee?
So he's crazy.
that's
Is he
why.
not an asset
This
to the
Zirkzee hype,
football?
man.
Is he not an asset to the football?
You and Rance need to relax, man. Honestly,
is he not an asset to the football team? No.
No, he's not.
Why not?
We are third. No, I'd put
Why
Mount
not?
up front.
I think he's an asset because, bro, like
He is
See,
an
this
asset.
is just being stupid. This is reactive, though. That's being silly and that's being reactive. Of course it is.
But he's not.
No, he's an
done
asset,
anything.
bro.
5 good
What do you
games.
mean? Look, that's the same thing I heard about Kobbie Mainoo. Where was he for the last year and a
the
half?
same
Bro,
thing.
These men have not been available, bro. They haven't
Kobbie's
played.
not
If you
shown
want to talk
that
about
he's
the last
good.
year, bro. All right, let's talk about the last year and a half. Yeah, without Joshua Zirkzee, are Man United making it to that Europa League final?
Do I
We're
care
not
what?
making it to that Europa
that
League
what we're
final.
doing?
Yeah,
No,
we
is that what we're doing?
would have won it. We would have won it
Pardon?
if we actually had a good striker. We would have won it. Yeah.
You would've won.
Bro, what are you talking about? He was injured in the final, bro.
Is the one?
What are you talking about? What are you talking
Wait,
about?
hold on.
If we
He
start
just
that final, we're winning that final.
Actually, I just need to. What do you mean would Man United have got to Europa
Yeah,
League?
yeah. Last time I checked, we
Bro,
was
he was our
dusting
standout
out
player.
Bilbao and them, man.
He
Like,
was our
what are we
standout
doing?
player. He was our standout player, bro. Bilbao, he was our
He
standout
played
player,
this
bro.
semi-final.
What are you talking
Why
about?
are we glorifying? Wait, hold on.
You just said he was
Wait,
injured.
we're doing too much. We're doing too much. Let's
Oh,
get
go on, go on.
let's get one thing straight. Yeah, this is what
And
I'm
he
gonna
was
say.
on the score sheet as well. I've just
Who
looked.
cares?
He was on the
Aye.
score sheet as well.
Like Bilbao's been whooped by everyone. I'm not trying to glorify Bilbao. I'm not. And I'm certainly
You
not trying to.
mentioned it though, bro.
I didn't.
It
He
don't
did.
matter.
What's it called? I'm just saying.
It don't
Yeah.
matter, bro. I mentioned in the Europa League. You got to get past the teams that you play against.
And
When did he score
Come on,
against
bro.
Bilbao?
So
Sorry,
what's the point? What's the point of not identifying somebody who's actually helped you get to a
he's
final?
average. I think he's average. Yeah, I think he's a good footballer, but he offers average output, and I just don't think it's enough for us. Look, this is just opinion, isn't it? Yeah.
But he just
I'm
said
not-
you rather Mount.
Yeah, I'd rather Mount
You
as well.
rather Mount.
Yeah, same.
By the way,
He gives you
just
average
saying, he
output.
didn't
How many
play
goals
any
has he got in
games
the Premier
against
League?
Bilbao.
How many
Yeah, I was
goals
gonna say,
has
he
Mason
didn't
Mount got
play
in the last
against
3
Bilbao.
years?
He was injured.
How many goals has Mason Mount got in the last 3 years? What are we doing here?
More than
Yeah.
Zirkzee, he's played that.
Or is it because they look different?
played
What are we
that
doing here?
God knows you
Play
made up the
that season.
Atletico Bilbao thing. Zirkzee didn't
Yeah,
even play.
you made up the thing about Atletico Bilbao because he never scored against. He never even played against Atletico Bilbao.
He was injured, like you said.
This is what I mean.
Was
This
it
is
Sociedad? Was it Sociedad?
Yeah,
Oh
he
my
played well in
I may have got it wrong. There's a game away. There's a game away, and I think it was Maguire who was on the wing doing a
by the way-
absolute madness, and he scored ahead of that game. So it may have been Sociedad.
Can I ask you this question? Yeah, the way you carry likes to strikers, Zirkzee ain't doing it. He ain't doing the running in behind thing and all that kind of stuff. That's why I made this prediction already that he might favor Mbeumo, Cunha, or even Sesko. So I'm gonna go for the striker option, yeah. Before you play Zirkzee, you've got Mbeumo, who now looks like he's competent, that can do a job or whatever. Cunha, who got a big mixture of everything. right? And these two players are more clinical than Zirkzee as well. And of course, you got Sesko. So that's 3 strikers that are above Zirkzee. This is
I
why
think we
I'm
should keep him.
glorifying Zirkzee. Who?
Zirkzee. Remember back in the day, yeah, we'd have like Berbatov, Chicharito, Rooney, and then you have like your Juice and Manuchos.
Yeah, but we played 2 up front back then, like, or 2 just staggered.
Yeah, just have them in the squad, bro. Like, if needs must.
Yeah, but you say have him in the squad, but then I just got heard that he needs to run a game. So which one is it?
Bro, I'm saying
I wouldn't want to get him
to play
5 minutes.
Anyways, I think we can strive for better. I think Zirkzee's a good player. He's just not in a side that occupies his best capabilities. Yeah, is that fair to say? I'm gonna say that.
Oh, bro, that's bullshit. The same thing they said about Mason Mount 24 hours ago, bro.
I'm not for Mason Mount.
I mean, Kobbie Mainoo 24 hours ago, bro.
You're saying they
same as that thing.
No.
At the same time.
I don't know who they is.
Same as that thing.
I don't know why you're comparing Mainoo to Zirkzee when Mainoo won us an FA Cup. He's done much better in his career at the age of 19 than Joshua Zirkzee. Joshua Zirkzee just clearly hasn't got it to be.
Bro, it's not about comparing. It's not about comparing the 2 players. It's about comparing the situation. Why am I comparing the 2 players? They don't even play in the same situation. They do not play in the same position. At the end of the day, the reason why we are saying these players cannot play a certain way or whatever, just because of mobility and how they play the game of football, bro. It depends how you set up a football team.
I'll be
it's
interested.
as simple as that.
I'm saying
we are just disregarding technical footballers.
Yeah, but it's better. I'm not gonna lie. I think Tender crap. So anyways, you know what though, yeah. The only thing I'm interested in seeing, Tex, yeah, with Zirkzee, see where the positional touch ball kind of game in the 10 spot, I might hear a case for Zirkzee because that's the way he plays football, right? And I've seen him playing that 10 when he has got a consistent run of games and he looked good, yeah. And you can see that he's got a final ball when he decides to, but it's not quite Bruno in it, so he's not gonna have that over the top. My thing is, in that attacking mid area, this is why I say in the pecking order, you're having Bruno there first. You're probably going to have Ahmad there second as well, because if you're going to think someone that's a bit more low gravity type of player, and you're probably going to say that I'm probably having Cunha in there for the third. So I think fourth-wise, I think he's just down in the pecking order. This is why I think Zirkzee, that's why I say I don't think he's going to be in a team that occupies his best capabilities, because I don't think at the moment with Carrick set up, I just think he's just down there low. But I am interested to see how he could play. If everyone's got a brand new chance, he deserves a new chance. Get it? Like, because like everyone wrote off Dorgu. Well, not everyone, majority, even myself. I don't think Dorgu's it. But all of a sudden now, under someone that's kind of that looks like he's got maybe a coach. We'll see in the next few games. It's like raw, like my man.
Bro, he can do a little bit. I hear it, but all I'm saying is with footballers. When you have good footballers, things could work, innit? We're just disregarding. And Zirkzee, like he's a piece of filth. He's a piece of filth. No, he's not, bro. He's not Rasmus Højlund or anything like that. And I have not compared him to...
I think you're feeling yourself right now.
Hold on. I haven't compared him to any of the Kobbie Mainoos of this world, because the same argument you've had, I've made videos about how Kobbie Mainoo has been significant to not only Manchester United, but to England. Do you understand? So you can never come to me with that argument. But what I am saying is, when you have assets at the football club, do not disregard them. If I'm saying we've got a bit of strength in depth, yesterday wasn't even our first team. We can make replacements if the game was going against us. Yes, we can do that, because the whole dynamic of the squad has now changed. We're not looking for wingers to play wing back or fullbacks to play wing back. We are not looking for that. We are now building this squad for the next 4 months.
Where does he play?
We'll say up top. I will say up top. Because if Sesko's not in form, who else are you going to play?
Cunha. I'd rather Cunha or Mbeumo.
You wouldn't play Cunha up top.
But he just did, and he got an assist.
Bro, what are we talking? So Zirkzee has not scored and got an assist this season?
No, I'm just saying.
Do you think Zirkzee's better up front than Cunha?
What are we talking about?
He's not better than Cunha up top for me. They're similar profiles as well. But
I think so.
The thing is, I get told all the time, by United fans as well, which is true, play players to their strengths. Now, all of a sudden, if you're asking Zirkzee to get in behind, that's not playing into his strength. That's just asking him to do something that he's not used to. He wants to drop deep and feed the wingers. That's his kind of job.
Now, you don't always have to run in behind, though.
No, but I'm going off Carrick tactics of what I've seen, whether it's Borough or just this Man United game alone. Now, like I said, we need 5 games to see if he changes things up, because he's tactically flexible, right? And that's
well, at Borough, he played that out and out number 9 in the 10.
Yeah, I know. And guess
Yeah.
what? That was on paper. It looked like that. But really and truly, obviously, the left winger looked like he was more the centre forward running in behind.
Bro, this
So
is
now-
my flipping point, bro. So
Yeah,
you
so
can
exactly.
tailor
So
your
now-
team
so
to the
now, where's
players
he
that
playing
you
then?
have.
So where's
I'm
he
worried
playing
for you,
then?
man. I'll be real.
But you
I'm
can
worried.
tailor your teams
So
to the players you have, bro.
So
There's too much
I'm
hope in this
asking you,
squad
whilst
still.
we got one game a week, is he starting off? Is he even getting a game over Bruno Fernandes?
Doesn't matter. Sesko's the out and out number 9. Did you see him playing in 10 yesterday? No,
He didn't even play.
no.
I don't think he played.
Exactly, bro.
Mount came-
So he's gonna change the squad to suit the players that he has. Yes, we're not always going to have a game, bro, where we're gonna be 2-0 up or bombarding the team. You know that, right?
Yeah, I know
So
that.
I'm saying
but
when it comes to changing personnel, he can use these players. Did anyone say Zirkzee starting? No. I brought up this point just
yeah,
saying,
Utilise as an asset.
look at that starting. Exactly.
Yeah.
Look at that starting 11 that we had. We're playing Patrick Dorgu on the left. Let's be honest. If we really wanted, exactly, this is my point. So if we really wanted to bombard teams, especially change how the style of the game is looking or the magnitude of the game, you throw on attacking players. Does that make sense now? If you want to break down low blocks, you could throw on your Zirkzees, 1-2 passes with your Brunos, etc.
I'm
Your
interested,
Kobbie
though.
Mainoos,
I'm
your link-up
interested, though.
players.
It sounds nice. I can't lie.
No,
I
it
think it
sounds
just
nice.
sounds nice.
I'm always interested with footballers because I'd rather disregard the rubbish footballers over the good ones, anyways, isn't it? Like I'll be real, innit? But the thing is, for me with Zirkzee, is like one game he wants to press and do all of this and blah blah, and he looks class. Like coming against Leeds, that cameo alone probably shows you that he can do this kind of 10 job in a sense. But that's under Amram at least. But in another thing, he just don't look like he's in the mood. But I think he's a guy that's been disrespected, just like Kobbie, in it. Same kind of situation, disrespected, disregarded, and maybe the fan base believes he's washed because that's the narrative at the moment. He's not washed, but my thing is I just need I do need to see a consistent run where he's coming off the bench. And that one player I don't want to see is Ugarte, innit? That I'll be real.
Hey, what's these types of players' bad games though? Because you look at an Ugarte, his bad game is he looks like an awful footballer, an absolutely awful, shocking footballer. A player like Zirkzee's bad game is he's quiet for 90 minutes.
Yeah, but I want
It's not
my
ideally bad touches,
I
poor
want
decision
my
making.
He's had
It's not
plenty of
ideally bad touches. Poor.
I need to see I need to see it.
Definitely.
I need to see it.
Definitely bad touches.
Where is he? Is he injured? Is he injured, by the way? Is he
And
injured?
we're just nitpicking, bro.
Is
we're
he injured?
nitpicking.
Quick one, is he injured?
When we say this about the stat merchant Bruno,
Bro,
pitchforks are out for
it's
me.
harder- Who's a better player,
Pitchforks
Zirkzee
are
or
out for
Bruno?
me.
Who's a better player, Zirkzee or Bruno?
Why are we doing that? Why are we doing
Yeah,
that?
just
Don't make
saying,
sense.
that's a
We're just gonna have a 10-year-old's argument. We're gonna have a
I
10-year-old's
don't really
argument,
understand
bro.
you man's point right now, I'll be honest.
Yeah,
I don't
no,
get it.
he's just saying utilize players like Zirkzee, but I'm not keeping him beyond the season.
Exactly.
I'm
Yeah.
not keeping him beyond the
understand
season.
Beyond the
Utilize.
season, that's a whole different
Yeah,
ball
yeah.
game, bro. I just said for
I
the
understand
months
the
and
Utilize
But
thing.
that's what I thought you was kind of saying in the first place, like keeping him. I mean, you said
No,
you'd keep
bro.
him. No, one said AJ. You said you'd keep him. To
Yeah,
be
but
fair.
you guys weren't letting me land on that one. I'm saying keep him for training. Like in training, you need people that can help
God.
you
So,
keep the standard of the session as high.
so
as
you want
possible
another
for the
you
60
want
side
another
on them.
pass?
Just for the vibes, innit? Just for the vibes.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like bro, because at the end of the day,
I hear it.
you can only be as good as what you face in training. So if Zirkzee's in there, he's keeping the centre backs
Is he
honest,
injured
maybe
now?
some nice
Is he injured now,
touches,
though? Is he
hard to
injured now?
press.
Is he injured now? No, I'm just asking. Is he injured now, or is he in the squad?
I don't think
Nah, he's injured for 2 weeks, I believe.
I don't care about my
That's another thing. This guy's always picking up injuries, man. But
Baller League.
Newcastle just scored. I know they haven't. Never mind.
never mind.
I
Yeah.
think he should just go to Baller League.
I have no
still.
idea they didn't just score there. Yeah, you're right. Or futsal.
Well, he would ball out in Baller
Even-
League. What?
No, even then, he's not even that. He's not even that.
He can't do the game changers because that
People make
requires
out like
shooting.
he's like. People talk like he's like Zidane, bro.
No, you lot are mocking it. You lot are mocking it. No, you lot are
Guys,
mocking it.
he's trash,
What?
bro. He's just
He'll
a
show
bad.
you-
Wait. Who is?
Zirkzee, he's just bad. He's just bad at football.
Nah.
he's just not
Yeah.
effective. But, yeah.
Did you kick him?
Yeah, I kicked him.
Nah, he's not bad at football. Cool. Let me actually be honest now.
He just
And I want to
said,
ask you.
he just said
Bro,
he's
if we're
bad
having
at football.
conversations like this, what's the point of me being there,
Oh
man?
wait, I want to ask you a question, Nick, because I asked these.
Come on,
the
exactly.
question
Come
when
on,
you
do you
were
get
here.
what I'm saying, though?
Can
Listen.
someone
listen.
tell me what's he good at?
Yeah, go on.
Oh yeah, cool. I'll ask you. So basically, yeah, I was saying to these man, I don't know if I already said this to you, but cool. My main concern, yeah, is that I just feel like when these type of games come around, these players, it's not hard to get them up for it. Keeping in mind we were at home, the crowd is electric. Everyone's happy. Amarim's gone. There's a feel-good factor in terms of Carrick's coming. He's a new manager. Get behind him. The crowd were going to get behind him anyway. So in terms of this type of game, it's easy for the players to feed off the crowd. They even saying in interviews, the manager just told us to feed off the crowd. Like some of these players, when it comes to these big moments, some players like Maguire, they feed into it. Like they're going to turn up for that game. But then the reason why I'm a bit concerned. What you say?
We've also kind of turned up Arsenal like efforts and whatnot, like as well, like without the crowd. Like away crowd is sick and all that. But we've lost, don't get me wrong, but we've definitely turned up, you know. Like in my opinion.
I definitely believe that in games this season when we've played against big teams, we've turned up in a way, not the way we performed yesterday, but in terms of like just feeding into that game. We know a big game's coming, we know we need a win. Cool. But my main thing is this year, going forward, when we're talking about, because let's be honest, we're not talking about what a manager can do against these big teams. We know what managers in the past have done. We know how they can set up. Still not saying it's the same performance. However, when we come up against teams that we have to dominate the ball against, where we need to now see patterns of play, where we've got centre backs on the halfway line that can be exposed in behind, the same way we can expose teams in behind, what can we do then? Because I'll be honest, we're seeing Dalot pass the ball off the pitch. If we're playing against a low block and Dalot's having space and we need him to cross the ball and it's not going into the areas we need,
I don't think he starts when Mazraoui comes back.
Yeah, I don't think he does. Because the build up alone.
He doesn't play like 5 games in a row. Like, there's going to be some rotation. Dalot will start games.
Of course.
Yeah, when are we next got a midweek game?
But it could be knocks. It could be knocks, injuries.
Yeah, I know, but
bro, look. This is what I'm saying. We look too deep into things, bruv. We're looking at every single individual. You taking the piss, bruv?
We have to,
Pep Guardiola had Kyle Walker, in build-up for about God knows how long. Yeah, we all know that he was nowhere near part of that orchestra. Any goal, any build-up goal, Kyle Walker was not involved. You can always kind of isolate these men out of a build-up. Of course you can. Because sometimes you get... Bro, no, it's not. Of course it's not. How would it be different? Bro, if you can instruct a player in possession to basically be anonymous and always anticipate the turnover, then you're fine with that. That's exactly what Kyle Walker was. And you would have to make that sort of footballer.
Underselling. I've seen... There's a video I literally reacted to the other day.
What's wrong with this guy, bro? Bro, stop nitpicking. Stop nitpicking, bro. Stop on the left of me, bro, because I don't know your name. Bro, stop nitpicking. We're not saying, these players have never done these things. We're not saying these players have never done these things. But my point is, he was never involved. He was never his place to be a part of the build-up. He was never the focal point, bro. That's
I understand
my
what
point.
you're saying, but
they completely missed out on Kyle Walker on purpose, bro. Of course, if he touches the ball, he was involved in the build-up, but he was never a part of the orchestra, bro.
I understand what you're saying in terms of technical levels.
He definitely wasn't involved in that. That's something.
Go on, bro. Go on, AJ, man.
In terms of technical levels, I understand what you're saying in terms of he's not to the level of like the David Silvas, etc. But there's a difference between being high-tech and being capable. If you give the ball to Kyle Walker when you're trying to keep the ball and you ask him to pass the ball down the line or fit it through the gap or make that run or cross it by a line, he can do those things. So he's not a liability. It just means that he's not on a Trent or Reece James level. Dalot is a liability. So, and it's not just him. Like, and the thing is, even with a player like Mazraoui, there's still things that he's limited at. Do you get what I'm saying? So it's like, for example, his crossing's not the best. He can't hit
neither is the lows.
Exactly. So that's my point.
So we
I hear your point, and the reason why I hear your point about Dalot, because bro, it's genuinely the basics. I see Kobbie switched the ball to him yesterday. We're on a counter attack.
Bro,
thank you.
Man overlaps and he puts the ball out of play. Bro, I nearly smashed my remote control. Those little things, I totally understand that. But my point is, you just kind of have to live with that. It's the next 4 months, bro. Genuinely, it's the next 4 months. But can we use the positives and go and exploit other football teams? We've now got the statistically best creator in Europe back in his position, bro. Not thinking about any defensive responsibility. It should have always been that with Bruno Fernandes. It should have always been that with Bruno. When Bruno Fernandes first started striving at Manchester United, he was never you wouldn't say he was the superstar. He wasn't the go-to man. Does that make sense? He wasn't relying on him in the big moments. but he was the man that will constantly feed strikers, feed, play that ball over the top, play that, and no defensive responsibility. That's what you need, innit? Kobbie Mainoo, he's the calm in the chaos. Again, when Man United were thriving, when Bruno Fernandes first came in, he had Pogba, Matic, Herrera behind him, people who are calm on the football. He's now got Casemiro and Kobbie behind him, which now allows him to give the ball to other players and trust those players. Hence why yesterday he simplified his game. AJ, you kick ball, I kick ball. I don't know if anyone here around you kicks ball. When we play amateur level, me and you both know there's 4 or 5 players. When you receive the ball, you get your head up. Bro, I'm not giving the ball to my man because it's not coming back. So I'm turning again. Do you get one? That's what Bruno's probably been living with in his midfield, your Ugates and that of this world. Come on, bro. So now players are more comfortable in their position to move forward. I think there's so many positives to work off. We've had a makeshift left back play, and he's probably been our best player in the last 3 weeks, even with Carrick not there.
What do you see happening between now and the end of the season?
Fighting for top 4. You don't know if you're going to cement it, but fighting for top 4, I would rather that, because the projection 3-4 weeks ago with Amorim here was not fighting for top 4, bro.
What was it?
It was looking dark. Bro, we kept dropping points every time we was meant to capitalize. We kept dropping points. Because people around us are dropping points. Hold on. Because people around us are dropping points, we've managed to basically stagnate where we are. But bro, that's not going to last forever. That is not going to last forever, bro. Do you get it? It's not sustainable. It's something you can't build off, innit?
That's why we need to get rid of the low at this side. I'm going to be real, because I've seen it one too many times. We've seen it one too many times with this guy. Everything that I saw him do yesterday, Mazraoui can do. Every single thing he can do. The low can't cross.
I think we're just caught in a good moment right now. I'll be honest.
No, yeah. But the thing is remember, we've been starving because one of our 3 best or impactful footballers have been away at AFCON. Yeah. We've had a Mainoo who's had problems, who's our most technically gifted midfielder at the moment, out because of Amorim, whether it's fake injury or not, I don't care at this point. Like, we got Euros playing right back and all this kind of stupidness. Do you know what I mean? And I've kind of written him off at the moment. But my thing is like now, Maz in injury. When's the last time he was injured? When's the last time he was injured for us? It's been a long time. The only time was at the start of the season because man went to Turkey to get his hair done and he can't play football after a certain amount of weeks. So, and I know this because I got a hair transplant right now, blood. So don't tell me about why he wasn't playing. I know why he wasn't playing. It's obvious, isn't it? Big up for his hairline. It's looking real good though. But anyways, so we keep going off of that. What Delo was doing yesterday, 1v1 defending. And you know what? Delo done a really good job on and Ahmad, to be fair, on Dorgu, innit? But in the same breath, because of Delo's low concentration, he could have and another day he could have got sent off. He could have got sent off as well. And that's the parts where I hate it when Man United do these 10, 15 minute spells, 20 minutes, you look so good and someone ruins it because of stupid, like, you're not thinking, right? You get overexcited. Do you know what I mean? With Mazraoui, one thing I say, his composure levels, his building up from the back, receiving the ball under pressure, his passing alone, short passing, the only thing I'd say Delo's got over him is maybe the switch. Yeah, but when you see the way Maz goes into the midfield and can connect, he's the perfect supporting player. Like, look at what Luke Shaw done yesterday. He's perfect supporting player. Now, I don't really like Shaw because I think he's been there too long, so I've got an agenda there as well, But don't have another left back that can do what he does, unfortunately. You know, you can put Dorgu there all you want. The only thing you can do is Dorgu there, but even then it looks a little bit
makes better runs than Mazraoui.
AJ, quick one, Because AJ, I feel like you're being a little bit too negative, bro. You see yesterday.
No. Naive, I'd say. Maybe.
I think it's even the opposite. I think the reason guys are being naive.
No. The reason why I say negative.
You can say that as well.
I'm going to make my point in it before I cut, bro. But what you saw yesterday, bro, it wasn't a coincidence. You don't just see patterns of play, triangle passes, box passing, under pressure against City, a high pressing team out of nowhere. It's not a coincidence, bro.
Yeah,
it's just simple training drills that have now just kind of been, played onto the pitch. But I can see your face, your eyes, blah, blah, blah. It's like, this guy's talking shit. Before I cut, bro, if you're not positive, where else do United get this faith from, bro?
I need to see a run of games.
If we're not positive, where else do we get the faith from?
I need a run of games, bro.
You need a run of games. All right, then cool. So
not necessarily winning, by the
way. Hopefully we could play this way or continue some sort of positive performances for the next 5 games that can convince us all. Do you get what I'm saying? But I should be happy of the evidence of what I saw. I didn't see no cameos. I saw for 90 minutes, Manchester United went and bossed Man City, bro. And we haven't bossed a football team in God knows how long. God knows how long, innit? So look, man, them love. Kaz, love having me on the show, innit?
I text,
Listen,
man, love, man.
fuck the negativity as well, man. This is all real, no BBLs, man. Whoopsie, love.
Anyway, back down to what we was kind of discussing though. I know that took a left. Thank you, Zirkzee. But we need a midfielder in it.
Yeah,
simple as that.
I don't think it, do you really think it's going to happen between now and what 12 days time?
No, they're
only if it's alone. They want the long term, but my thing is you know this, AJ, David, you know this, and whatever. It's Man United's whole season this season is been all about gamble. Do we agree or not agree?
Yeah.
We restricted midfield, AJ. Like no midfielders we bought in the summer when we needed to cry out for that. My whole thing is only because it's one game a week where it looks like it's okay. But do you remember that time when Rashford got injured? Like it just took one Rashford injury with Ten Hag's first season around Feb, and it all looked like we couldn't score goals all of a sudden, and it just started going downhill. But luckily, my whole thing is now this: Carrick speaks highly of the likes of Mainoo. And that's where I keep saying we need someone that's capable of what Mainoo does to some degree. And I think it should be okay. But I think Ineos are kind of letting this situation, like underrating or overrating a situation. And that's what I don't like sitting steady. Like, that's it. That's
don't move, you fall.
Thank you. That's exactly my thinking as well, man. If you don't reinforce something, it's even a Ruben Neves would do. Like, I'm not saying he's it, but even he would do. You know what I'm saying? Even a James Garner would do. Right? Because if all these other teams like Chelsea decide, I'm going to go get a Jeremy Jacquet or whatever, big centre back in it. Young, don't get me wrong, but probably much better than Chalobah. All of a sudden, that's an extra few points because he's that much of a better defender. Where's that extra few points coming from?
Do you know what I think we might benefit from? We might benefit from is the fact that coming up for the next couple of weeks, teams aren't going to know what to expect because it's new, it's fresh, it's a completely different system, stuff like that. Another thing, I don't know why I sound negative, but I have a lot of reason to be. I'll be honest.
I think you're being realistic, and a lot of us have got PTSDs of situations. There's nothing wrong with it.
I just feel like there's just you see these United players. One thing I know is United players. I know this team so well. I know these players. I know what Luke Shaw's on. I know what Maguire's on. So Maguire can't twang me. He can't because he will do. Bro, I've seen this guy on the halfway line. He cannot twang me. So when I'm looking at Maguire, Martinez, centre back, yes, you can probably get the most out of them for these next two games. But I know that too as a partnership. That cannot be what we do going forward. Obviously, we've got Heaven, Euro, De Ligt to come back, and it's like cool. I feel like some of these names sound nicer than they actually are because we know for a consistent run of games, they are not consistent players, bro. They're just not.
That's fair. It's realistic because 7 years ago, at this same point, we sacked a Portuguese manager to bring in an interim, and there was feel good factor. We beat PSG. We went on a 12-game unbeaten streak, XYZ. So we've been there before. So I can understand AJ's perspective 100%.
I definitely think we have a chance to get top four, though. I'm not gonna lie to you. I think we do have a chance to get top four because at the end of the day, goals win games, and we've got. Even under Amrin, we're scoring goals. So technically, in this formation, we should still score goals. So I think we've got enough firepower to take us to top four. My problem is our defense. To me, I still think it's a bit shaky, and the midfield.
The lick is needed, man. The lick is so needed. It's just. But the thing is, Maguire at Arsenal might actually be a good thing because I think we're going to be a little bit deeper than what we were against City.
Need him against Arsenal,
so I'm thinking like a Maguire could look really good against teams that that are going to probably have a little bit more of the ball, more possession.
That's what I'm worried about, if I'm being honest.
And obviously on corners, I mean, I need Maguire.
We need to start Sesko as well. I think just for that reason. Literally, I'm not even going forward on the ball. Against Arsenal because of set pieces alone. We can't go in there with just
set pieces.
Maguire.
I think going forward, Sesko doesn't make sense to start against Arsenal.
Yeah, I don't think he does. But
Lieber and Gabriel love playing against those type of strikers. When they play against a striker that's not there, that's when they get a bit of.
But I'm literally just thinking pure set pieces. That's the only reason.
But I would say like as well, but our whole thing is like I know we want to try, minimize the whole corner situation, but sometimes like can we just play our own game and focus on our own stuff? And should we come out on top that way? Because if we have to play a player because we're trying, this is what Ollie used to do. I know you know this touchline because you absolutely hated that area of Ollie in it, yeah. But all the time he would try counter what he thinks the other team are going to do or what they could do, rather than play into our own strengths. Like, why don't we just play our game and our way? And you know what? A result probably might come out of that because you're focusing on how I'm going to get the goal, not just always preventing that goal.
Yeah.
So I think you need. Obviously, that's why I call for Mazraoui in it. If there's someone that's going to stay on full focus mode after winning AFCON, maybe after tonight as well, maybe. Yeah, AFCON finals tonight. You know, I think you're gonna have to. I want to play a player that's already on a high as well. I mean, not like Delow's not, but I've seen this Delo story too many times for my liking, man. So many times, and I think Maz is actually better in the air as well.
It's dark because even if we do start Mazraoui, one knock or
yeah.
substitution back to Dalot.
We're one injury, one stupid challenge away from Dalot again, so it's tough.
But Kobbie might need to do coming
even
up.
Kobbie, yeah, like realistically, we need to make sure we don't repeat the mistakes of the past. Like when Kobbie was balling, I think what got him into the situation he is in now is he picked up an injury because he was getting overplayed. And I think people need to remember he's still 18, he's still growing.
20.
Even though we are playing once a week,
now.
like we still need to manage him. And it's hard to manage a player when your second option to him is Ugarte. So it is still a bit of a myth. And we can't go back to a Mount Casemiro Bruno midfield because we know what that midfield looks like. We've seen it before.
Facts. And what do you think about him getting a new deal?
Yeah, he needs one. I wouldn't give him 200k a week though if he wants that. I'd give him 120 max.
I think you should just put him on what Ahmad's on. Just put him on what Ahmad's kind of on, like around it. You know, like your Ahmad. I'd probably, because he's academy and he's on a free as well. I mean, Ahmad was from, technically we bought him into academy, but he should be on around that kind of price, I'd say, innit? I think you need to. You can't be. You can't. He's not going to earn. He's not going to earn more than Mbeumo and Cunha's on like what 150, 160. So you've got to be realistic about that. No, and I know that's going to come down to it. They're going to try. They're probably going to try again, crucify him and probably make up lies that he wants a certain amount per week. Do you know what I mean? I don't think he wants 200k per week. I think all he's ever wanted is some guarantees over his future.
I think
Gary wants the money though.
More than anything, minutes in the league as well. I think that's something I'll probably look for more than anything.
I just.
Yeah,
I'd
put him on 120. That's it, 120 max. If he says no, then he says no. Sell him. Do you get what I'm saying? Because I wouldn't pay him on a ridiculous wage. I mean, he's a young player at the end of the day. We've seen that happen. We gave Sancho 300k a week, and how that went down the drain. I'm not saying Kobbie Mainoo, we'll go down that route. But
you only give a player like that if you're really trying to build around him. What do you think about Carrick saying that he would build around Mainoo, like the team? What do you think about that?
Exactly what you should be doing.
Yeah,
you think so?
You could say that.
I think so. Why? Who would you know? Obviously, there's people might interpret it a little bit. What do you think, Touchline? Look, when you're saying I want to build around a player, that can be interpreted different. You just want to build around having a team or a core or something. But if you want to build around a certain player, like if you've got someone that's young enough, talented enough, I mean, you have to do it with someone centrally in it at least, and it typically is a midfielder.
Yeah, just build a good team, bro. Do you know what I'm saying?
I don't think we have a player in this team that's good enough to say we're building around them.
With him a part of it as well. With him a part of being, I mean, obviously build a good team and him being a part of it, and you know what I mean, say like that. So I think if we were like an Anderson, for example, I don't think we're gonna get Anderson because we could go City, but Anderson like is the perfect partner, in my opinion, to combat someone like Mainoo. That isn't building like around Mainoo, but it is like helping like building around your whole team, basically, letting them make sure it's balanced and stuff like that. So I think
if you're building around a player, like you build around like a De Bruyne, you build around like a Hazard, like that's the type of player you should be for me to build around you at a young age. Mainoo is not there yet. Like you build around a Pogba, you build around a Bruno when Bruno was at his best. Like you don't build around a Mainoo. Like a Mainoo should be part of a good squad. Games he will start, games he might not start, but he will develop like that.
I think we should be building around him, man. Personally, I think so. Get the best capabilities out of Kobbie because I think he's that talented, isn't it? I think he's got his potential is scary at that, but it's just like, can you reach that? You need the tools around it. Pogba and Mainoo are a little bit similar in a sense, but Pogba's talent was
potential. Don't play games.
Oh, I don't know why we did a bit. We built around Bruno and not Pogba. That was crazy for me. Crazy. The thing is, you can get you. The thing is,
wasn't reliable.
the thing is, a Pogba, I don't believe he was. I think he was faking injuries sometimes as well. Like, I don't blame him at the
You think
point.
so?
But yeah, in certain cases, I think so.
100%.
But you give him Bruno, that's great. But you never really gave him a DM. You didn't really give him enough
No, we gave him
upfront options.
We gave him Matic. I think.
And how long that
Even
last?
Matic was about-
How long that
Oh,
lasted a
Pogba
year?
wanted to leave after his second.
And that was
year,
our best
but
midfield.
he
Don't you
couldn't be
agree?
around the fact that they
Yeah,
didn't
that's
wanna
our
be
best
there.
midfield. It's Fergie, Pogba, Herrera.
And his legs were gone after how many months? Like, you needed to give him proper tools. Like, for me, anyways, you still had Delo who's going out on loans. Who was our thingy back then? Right back before Delo, before he came into the team. Who's it?
Valencia and Ashley Young.
Valencia, Ashley Young. That's poor. Luke Shaw. Okay, cool.
Oh,
Always
shit.
injured. That's poor.
I even need to cut now. Thanks for having
Yeah,
me,
love
though.
man. Yeah, love man. I'm about to end anyways.
Appreciate you.
Yeah, love man. It's just,
I just wanted to
we
go
never really did what we needed to do in it. It's been poor squad planning at United for a long time. There's no 5-year plan and all this kind of stuff. I think right now we just need to focus on getting good players in the door that suit everyone at that, innit?
People that can just do a job, literally, like whether it's if you bring it to the team, if you can bring that to a good enough level, whether it's technically on the ball, if you can bring that to a good enough level, just bodies. Literally.
Yeah. But yeah, man, we'll see. We'll see what happens there. You and live.
I do have one more
Touchline.
question, you know.
Go for it.
Right before we go, when fully fit, what is your best centre back partnership? Because I have my opinion, but I want to.
I'm gonna say it now, innit? I know yesterday went the way it went. I still think it's Heaven and Delict. Long term.
I'm with you, Kaz. I'm with you.
Yeah.
Touchline.
What, talent wise or right now?
Like, let's say we've got all our centre backs back fit now for the rest of the season. What would you go?
I will go Delit and Heaven for now, but I'll go Delit and Heaven now. But talent wise, I would rather Euro. I think he's better than Delit.
The one thing I'd say that, I think Martinez has got that ping in it that we saw into Bruno. I think, did he do the one for Ahmad as well? Maybe, I don't know. But I've seen, but don't underestimate Heaven's ping. I've seen it. We've all seen it. We saw him ping the ball as well, you know, into what's it called, into Mason Mount, and even Dorgu when he had that game at right wing against Newcastle. Like, I've seen it. So we can't act like it don't happen, innit? It's just Heaven's more of an athlete. He's a lot taller, stronger in the air. But you know what? I'm interested to see where it goes, innit? I think we all are in it. Are you at live touchline?
No, I'm tired today, bro. Like, if you can't tell, my eyes just look mad, like about to fold. I don't know why. I woke up mad tired. You know, the ones you have them days you're really tired.
Yeah.
Maybe yesterday.
Cool, man.
So no,
Heaven in the back four. Yeah, I'm definitely sure, mate. I think Heaven's got a
Didn't he
lot.
play the back four the other week, no?
Yeah, he did. I think he started in the back four against what's his name, against Newcastle as well.
Burnley.
Yeah, like, I'm not trying. I'm not 100%. I'm having Heaven. I think Heaven could be another option that could be like in that maybe holding role, maybe like as an option at least. Well, I will see. But anyways, let's just go raid the gal. Might be back later, might not be. If not tomorrow at 3 o'clock. Love.